Hello, random people of the internet. Have you ever looked at one of these and you're like, I'm gonna solve that. But then as soon as you pick it up, you're like, too hard. I can't even tell what to do. It hurts like garbage anyway. Why do I even have this? If so, I can't help you with the fact that your cube's garbage, but I can help you with the fact that your cube's not solved and will be within a couple of minutes. Okay, so there's a couple things you'll need. One, a unsolved cube that you've been waiting your entire life to solve. 2, freedom from that one cousin that always breaks your toys. And 3, preparation to be annoyed. All right, so there's a couple things you need to know. The first one are the types of the little things on the cube. And when I mean things, I mean corners, edges, and centers. And what I mean by those is, well, the centers always show where the color needs to go. So on here, on the white center, white face needs to go on this, and the green face needs to go on the green center, because guess what? The centers never move from each other. Yes, that's why I said no. All right. The edges go in between the centers and have 2 pieces, and they can be moved around, but the colors on them cannot be moved around. And lastly, we have the corner pieces, which go in between 3 centers instead of just 2. You will also have to know how to read moves. So if this is the top and this is the closest to you, then what you want to know is that this is the right layer, this is the left layer, so R, L, this is the upper layer, so U. This is the bottom layer, so down for D. This is the front layer, so F. And these is the back layer for B. So if we're moving something clockwise, then that would just be the letter without anything. So this would be R. But if we're doing it counterclockwise, there's going to be a little mark on it. So that would be called R prime when it's going clockwise. Same for all of the other ones. L, L prime, and so on and so forth. Step 1, daisy. So what you want to do here is you want to look for pieces that could go onto the yellow center. When I mean pieces, I mean the white edges. You want the white edges, and you want to put them up on the white center like this. Ignore the corners for now. The corners don't exist. Got it? All right. So what you could do is, like, see how I want to move this one up, but then they'd kick the old one out? Something I could do here is I could turn this out of the way, so I could do that. Oh, and I've got another one right here. So another way I could do that is I could turn that there and then go up again. But see how this one's at the bottom? That's not good, right? So what I could do is I could turn this so that this is facing me here, and I could do the thing I just did, where I did that, and then I turned the white edge up onto the daisy. And look, now I have a daisy. When you have a flipped edge, but it's in the right spot, another thing you could do is you could turn it so that it's like this, and then what you could do is you could do the thing from earlier, turn this, and turn that, and bam, that's problem solved. Another thing sometimes people notice is they've got 3 and they can't find the other one, and then they realize it's on the bottom. An easy way to get this back up is to turn it, the bottom, so that this is in line, and then just turn the front twice and so that it's up here. So after you've done the daisy, what you want to do is you want to look at one of the petals and see what color is attached to it. In this case, it's white and orange, so we're going to turn the bottom layer until we find orange, and it's right there. So now we've got an orange block, and on that face, we turn it twice so that it's connected to the bottom. And we're just going to do that with all of the other ones. So now we've got the red petal, so we're going to turn this until we find red. There it is. We're going to do the same thing, turn it around. And it looks like the green one already did itself, so we could turn that one around. And now the last one is blue, so we're gonna turn until we find blue. There. And now we just turn this one over twice, and bam! Progress! Progress! After we found ourselves a cross, what we want to do is we're going to turn it so that the yellow's on top, and then look at the top layer for a corner piece that has white on it. No white, no white, yes white. So now what we want to do is look at the corner that the colors attached to it. So in this case, it's blue and red. So now we're going to turn the bottom 2 layers until we find blue and red here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold it on the top right, and then we're going to do our first algorithm. It goes like this: up, right, down, back. After you've done one of that, if it isn't already, keep doing it until it's fully in the right spot. So it's in the right spot, but it's not solved. So we're going to keep doing it until it is in the right spot. Up, right, down, back. And if you look, it's in the right place. So now the next one seems to be green and red. So we're going to turn slow till we see green centers and red center. So we're going to keep doing what we did. Up, right, down, back, until it's in the right place. Keep going. Sometimes this can take a while. So the next one seems to be the orange and green pieces. So we're going to turn it into the orange and green centers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same algorithm. Up, right, down, back. And then if we look at the top, we'll see that we can't find the white corner piece. That's because it's already in a place. So if it's already in the corner in its place, but it's not solved, what we could do is just do what we did before. Up, right, down, back. And you'll see that it's no longer in its trapped position, like not solved but in the right spot. Keep doing that, and eventually it'll come and you'll be greeted with the white face, white layer. Something that sometimes happens is when you've got a piece in the wrong place and isn't even facing down with the white. So when you have this, all you have to do is hold it like you normally would and just do the right hand algorithm once, and then you'll see that it's out of the area it's not supposed to be in. So now we could just do the rest of this part like we would have. We put it on in between the 2 corresponding colors, do the right hand algorithm until it's in, and then do it for the other pieces. And then the next step is to solve the second layer. So what we want to do is we want to look at the top around the yellow face and look for the edges that do not have any yellow on them. Like this one. This one only has red and green. So what we want to do is we want to turn the bottom layer until it matches. So the bottom color here is red, so we want to turn it until we have red, like we do. So now it needs to go in here because the red and green needs to go with the red and green. So what we want to do is we want to turn this away from the place it needs to go in, and then we do the right hand algorithm, and then what we do is we turn towards the place, and then what we do is we have to learn a new algorithm, which is just a mirror version of the right hand algorithm. So it goes up, left, down, right. So now we just do that with other ones. There's one here which is blue and orange. So now we turn until we find a matching color. And then what we do is we turn this away from the place it needs to go into. And then because it's going this way instead, we start with the left-hand algorithm, which goes up, left, down, right. And then we turn this way and then go right-hand algorithm. So now we've got all of them solved except this one, which is in the right place, but it's not oriented correctly. So what we could do is we could substitute it with any random piece that has yellow on it. So we could do it with this one. We turn it away. We get this out by doing the right hand algorithm, turn it towards, and then do the left hand algorithm. And now you'll see that it's out of the place it was in. So now we just turn this until we find the blue, because that's what it matches. We turn it away from the place it needs to go in, do the corresponding algorithms. And bam, second layer done. So after you've solved the second layer, what you want to do is you want to solve the yellow cross. Now, if you already have the yellow cross solved, you've skipped this step. But the odds are you did not skip this step. So there's 3 cases that you could get for this, and they all use the same algorithm. You just need to know where to use them. So if you have a line like this, then what you want to do is you want to hold it so that it's not pointing at you, but it's pointing away. So now what you want to do is, this is kind of a new algorithm, kind of not. You want to do one front move like that, do the right hand algorithm, then undo that front move. And now you have a yellow cross. If you have a little L, what you want to do is you want to hold it on the top left so that it's pointing this way. And then what you want to do is do the same algorithm. Front, right hand algorithm, undo the front. And that'll leave you with the line case where you could just do the front right hand algorithm again, and now you have a cross. The final case is when you have nothing but a dot. If you have nothing but a dot, what you want to do is you want to, from anywhere, as long as the yellow is facing up, you want to do the front right hand algorithm. So you move the front right hand algorithm and go back. That will give you the L case. So then you do the case for the L, which is holding the L at the top left corner. Do the front right hand algorithm. That will leave you at the line, front right hand algorithm, and now you've got a cross. So now we want to correct the yellow cross, which means orientating it so that all of the yellow edges are connected with the centerpieces. And if you already have that and you didn't have to do anything, once again, you've skipped this step. And also, once again, the odds are pretty good that you did not skip that step. So what you want to do is you want to look at all of the ones that are solved. In this case, there are none solved. What we want to do is we want to turn this layer until we have two solved. So right now we have one solved and none of the other ones are solved. So we're going to turn it again. Are two solved? Yes, two are solved. This is one of the two cases you could get. And what you want to do is you want to go to the two ones that need to be swapped and go to the one on the right. And then you're going to have to learn a new algorithm. It goes like this: up, right, down, right, up, right, down. So, and then after you do that, all you have to do is turn this, and then bam, you've got all of them in the right place. The other scenario is when you turn and you find out that two are correct, but they're not right next to each other, they're opposite from each other. So if you have an opposite one, what you want to do is hold it so that one of the corrected ones is facing you, then do the algorithm again. Up, right, down, right, up, right, down. And then once you've done that, it will bring you to the case where you've got these two corrected and the other two not corrected. So once you've done that, all you gotta do is do the same thing. Make sure you're holding it on the right uncorrect one and go up, right, down, right, up, right, down. And then make sure to do the last move, and then you've got your hook cross fully solved. So after you've oriented the yellow cross edges, what you want to do is you want to look around at the corners and see which ones are in the right place. This one has green and orange, but it's not in the right place because this one, the centers are blue and red. This one's red and green, not in the right place. This one's red and blue, not in the right place. And this one's orange and blue, still not in the right place. So if you have this scenario, then none of them are in the right place, then you could do this algorithm from anywhere as long as the yellow is on top. And it goes like this. You go to the side, up, the other side, up, other side, down, down. And then that should correct at least one of them. So once you've found one that's in the right place, you want to do the algorithm again until the other ones are in the right place. Not necessarily solved, but in the right place. So again, to the side, up, down, Are they solved? Nope. So we're gonna do it another time. Side, up, side, down. And now they are all in the right place, and we are on to the home stretch. And so, just like that, we are on to the last part, and probably the hardest part as well, because of how many ways you could mess this up. So what you want to do is you want to turn the cube over and put one of the yellow unsolved pieces into the bottom right corner. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the right-hand algorithm until this one is solved. So right-hand algorithm, is it solved? Nope. Right-hand algorithm, is it solved? Yes. So now we're gonna turn the bottom layer until we have another unsolved yellow corner into the down and right position. Do it again. Right-hand algorithm, no. Right-hand algorithm, yes. And don't worry about messing up the other pieces of the cube. If you do this right, it should all come back in the end. So now we have the last one because I moved it here. Now we just do right-hand algorithm, and you are a legend. Thank you guys so much. This took a long time to make. I hope it has helped. And don't forget to like and subscribe.